49ers update here from the facility. No practice for defensive tackles Javon Hargrave or Arik Armstead today. That is the lead news entering this week of practice for the showdown against the Ravens on Monday Night Football. Javon Hargrave, however, was working off on the side, so I think that it's fair to say that he's ahead of Arik Armstead in his potential ability to return for Monday. Armstead dealing with knee and foot issues. Javon Hargrave dealing with a strained hamstring. He was doing some sprints on the side field today for the 49ers. The 49ers signed Taylor Stallworth, who's a veteran defensive tackle, to boost the depth at that position with both Hargrave and Armstead currently hurt and with Clea Davis on injured reserve after a high ankle sprain against Arizona. So Stallworth is now in the practice squad. The 49ers did not call T.Y. McGill up from the practice squad to the 53. Instead, to make room for Stallworth, I told you this morning they'd have to make room for him, they promoted Jeremy McNichols, the running back, to the active roster. Actually, not the first time McNichols has been on the 49ers active roster. Back when Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch were new in 2017, they poached Jeremy McNichols off of Tampa Bay's practice squad when he was a rookie. He was a rookie out of Boise State. So he was on the 49ers roster back in the first year of this regime. Then he turned into a journeyman running back. Then he rejoined the 49ers building in their practice squad. And now McNichols has the 53rd and final roster spot for the 49ers. So that is the situation today at practice. No other surprises on the injury report. Ross Dwelly still out. Elijah Mitchell is out. That's one of the reasons why Jeremy McNichols is on the 53-man roster now for this team, because they wanted to spruce up the depth of that running back position. And McNichols, he had already been called up twice. That's the max for practice squad call-ups to the active game day roster. 49ers, Ravens. This is the first practice of the week for the big game on Monday night. Steve Young saying that this might be an MVP referendum. You look at Brock Purdy, you look at Lamar Jackson, who's second in the MVP voting, and it just seems like one of those years where there's outsized importance on every single week, right? Last week, the betting favorite was Dak Prescott. Dak loses to the Buffalo Bills. All of a sudden, the betting favorite by a mile is Brock Purdy. Well, if Brock Purdy and the 49ers don't play well against Lamar Jackson, and Jackson plays well on Monday night here at Levi Stadium, things can swing in a completely different direction. A lot of the talk today at the facility had been, well, what I've been talking about here over the past few days is that Lamar Jackson is playing much more effectively from the pocket than at any other point of his career. He's always been a good thrower. He's always obviously been a really good quarterback. He won the MVP in 2019. But this year, the standard pocket-style passing is more pronounced for the Ravens than ever before. He's throwing extremely well in rhythm. Lamar Jackson is. I've said that his yards per attempt on short throws has actually been the highest in the league. That's the only area of the field where Brock Purdy doesn't rank number one in yards per attempt. He ranks number two instead behind Lamar Jackson. Short throws up to 10 air yards, 7.5 yards per attempt for Purdy, 7.6 for Jackson. And the illustration here is that Lamar Jackson is effectively delivering from the pocket in the short game, getting rid of the football. It's going to be a big challenge for this 49ers defense. Also going to be a big challenge for their offense against Kyle Hamilton, a do-everything type of defensive back who's lined up everywhere. So 49ers will have their hands full against the Ravens. That's why they're busy at practice right now. That's the 49ers update from today. We will talk to you all very soon.